Hey everyone, this is PrinceWatercress, and welcome back to Let's Play The Kingdom of Klein for the BBC Micro. In the first video, we started our journey. We got out of the castle. We made our way to the mountain. We got a piece of a scroll. And we killed a giant. And now is time to continue that journey. I picked up the longsword at the end of the last video, which was also the first video, and believe it or not, we're not going to need it. So we're going to drop it right here, right now. And from here, let's look around a little bit. Well, we had to keep going east to go around the base of the giant mountain. So let's go ahead and keep heading east. The path ends here. There is a small door in the rock. An inscription above the door reads, "This is the domain of the wicked witch of the mountain. A hideous curse will befall anyone entering here." This is the opening in the rock that you would have seen had you read the scroll anywhere else before you died. Not surprisingly, in case any video game logic has hit you, this is where you're supposed to read the scroll so you can read it without dying. So, let us read the scroll. We've read it before. And as you read the scroll, the door in the mountain slowly swings open, and the scroll jumps out of your hands and flies through the door. You go in immediately. If you take too long before typing the word in or enter because you're trying to copy the scroll's contents down or something, the door will shut before you can go in, and you will make the game unwinnable. You basically soft lock the game. So as soon as you read the scroll, type in or enter and press return immediately. You pass through the mountain door just as it starts to close. You are at the entrance to a narrow tunnel leading into the mountain. A chilling wind blows from the tunnel. The door slams shut behind you. There is here a torn scroll. We don't need the scroll because it's just going to take up inventory space, but we can read it. To carry out the 5 Platonics leads you to their mystical prop required to defeat the mountain in Klein bottle. Now, thankfully, I have this written down automatically, and because the scroll flew here, we get to see the other half of what we were supposed to see. So here's the whole message from both sides of the scroll. To carry out your task, you must find the 5 Platonic solids. They will lead you to the witch's cavern, where their mystical properties will be required to defeat the wicked witch of the mountain and recover the mysterious Klein bottle. So we need to find the 5 Platonic solids in order to complete the game. And yeah, we find those things, we can beat the witch, we can get the Klein bottle back to the castle. So there is, I believe, an opening to the north here, so we might as well take it. You're in a narrow north-south tunnel. Let's go north again. You're in a narrow tunnel. The letter O is scratched into the wall. Let's go ahead and write that O down. And let us go to the north again. You are in the narrow tunnel leading deep into the mountain. There is here a torus. A torus is a ring-shaped object. that's basically it. A torus is a ring-shaped object in the field of topology. We might as well take it because there's no telling when we're going to need it. Now, if we keep going north, you'll find yourself floating through space. As you fall, you can see what appears to be curious geometrical shapes floating past you. Eventually, you come to rest in a strange room with an exit to the west. If you try to go south from here, the game does not let you. That is a one-way route, and there is no way to go back from here. Not that there's any reason to. The scroll's useless. All you can really do with it is read it, and nothing else. So, we have no choice but to go to the west. You're at the end of a brightly lit east-west corridor. There are a number of rooms and entrances leading off the corridor at various points. You will be able to explore these as you come to them. And from here, let us go ahead and go west again. You are in a brightly lit corridor. Now let me go ahead and make a death save just in case. This may be the room I'm thinking of. This is the room I'm thinking of. You are in a room full of icicles. You can see a doorway on the opposite side of the room. You are frozen to the spot. If you enter this room, you're basically dead. You're not dead, but you're frozen with no way out. And the only way out is to load a previous save file. There's nothing you can do here. The game is more or less soft locked. You're dead. You might as well be dead. So, let's go back and let us go to the west. We're still in the brightly lit corridor, and there is here a luminous gem and a magic wand. Take wand. You pick up a magic wand. And from here, we need to go ahead and go to the north. Though we can keep going west if we want to, but we might as well go north here. You're in a room that appears to be a form of spell chamber. There are a number of stars on the walls. There's here a box of spells. Get spells. It'd be nice if my fingers did not hit other keys while I was doing this. You pick up a box of spells. Now, if you try to go south from here, you can't go there. The entrance to the north was also one way. What you need to do is wave the wand. If you're in here without the wand, you're basically soft locked. You might as well be dead, and the only way to rectify that is with a previous save file. So, wave wand. There is a blinding flash. You are in a brightly lit corridor. We are back in the room with the gem. We are not going to need the gem. Let us go west. And from here, there is an L carved in the floor. So we have a P, an O, and an L. I'm not sure why there are letters, random letters that we are seeing on our adventure, but I'm writing them down because I have a strange feeling that they're going to come into play later, I would think. Anyway, if we go north from here, you are in a room with 5 pointed stars engraved into the walls. You can sense an evil presence in the room with you, but you cannot see anything unusual. There is here a voodoo doll. The doll looks remarkably like you. Believe it or not, we do have to get the doll. So get doll, and then go south. That'll let us go back out of this room. And from here, we can go to the west. West again, because we're still at some nondescript parts of this brightly lit corridor. And by going west twice from where we found the L on the floor, we are at the end of a brightly lit corridor. You can see a stretch of water to the north. Let us go. Actually, before you do that, okay, it's not this room. It's not this room either. It's this room. If you keep going south, you'll end up in a narrow passage. And after you go south 4 times, there is a vicious-looking dog here. He growls at you as you approach. So by going south 4 times from where we found the L on the floor, we will enter a narrow passage and eventually come across a vicious-looking dog. If you try to go past the dog by going south, the dog growls fiercely and blocks the way. Thankfully, the dog does not kill you, unlike the giant from earlier. So there's that. Let us go north 4 times. And from here, let's keep going back west, and then we need to go north when we see the stretch of water to the north. You are at the end of an east-west ledge by the side of the large pool. Well, we can't really go east, can we? No, we cannot. But if we go west, you are walking along the ledge. There's a recess in the rocks here. Enter recess, or you can just press it, or you can just input enter. You are inside the recess cut into the rock. Believe it or not, unless you've played the game before, you wouldn't know that you would have to do this. Drop spells. The box dematerializes as soon as you put it down. Believe it or not, you actually have to do this. Because this will take the spells, the box of spells, somewhere else. And we will be able to get them later, by the way. Anyway, let's go ahead and go out. And from here, we need to go west again. You are at the end of the ledge, overlooking the pool. Believe it or not, you can jump. You hold your breath as you dive underneath the water. You are swimming about underneath the surface of the water. You cannot breathe. Or, you cannot breath. Okay. It is difficult to see very far due to the murky condition of the water. Now this part you have the map out. And you have to keep saving just to trial and error your little map making abilities and make your way through here. And by trial and error, you'll find out you need to go south. By the way, if you take too long underwater, I think you can die after 4 or 5 screens of being in the water. So anyway, we need to go south because trial and error will force us to go south. And we will find an octahedron. Get octahedron. Now we need to go north, and we need to go up. Otherwise, we won't be able to make it back out. We won't be able to make it to the other side of where we need to go. So now that we have a fresh air supply, much like other games that have a air meter, not just the 3D ones that came out after this one, but also some games that did have an air meter around this time. There's a few. I'm pretty sure there was a few. Well, actually, this is from the first half of the 80s, so. Only one that I could actually consider, only game that I would know of from this era to have an air meter would be Jungle Hunt. So, there's that. But I digress. We have our air again. Let's jump back into the pool. You hold your breath as you dive underneath the water. Okay. We need to go south and then east. The letter Y is formed in the bed of the pool. Okay. So we now have the word poly or something. I have the Y written down. That's 4 letters. Very interesting. From here, you need to go south. There is a cave entrance to the south. I'm going to make a death save because if you do go south, a giant squid lunges out and bites your head off, and there's nothing you can do about it if you enter the cave. So, let us load our death save again. And we need to go west. You could surface here. Well, let's do that then. Otherwise, we're going to die. You are at the edge of the pool. There is a beach to the west. And we have reached a brand new area. And this took less time than I expected it. I expected this to take 20 minutes, but for some reason it didn't. Oh well, what can I do? Join me next time where we explore the beach. Until then, this is PrinceWatercress. Take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching!